Last night, Newsfirst took to the dangerous high seas in the north of Sri Lanka to report on the pillaging of our ocean by Indian fishing vessels. Tonight we take a look at growing concerns raised by local fishing community. This Newsfirst exclusive report was filed by Riaz Haris, Zulfik Farzan, Mahinda Gamage and N.M. Madhivanan.
On Tuesday, Newsfirst exposed how Indian fishing vessels illegally enter Sri Lankan waters not far from the island of Delft under the cover of darkness to pillage our marine resources. The Indian fishing vessels were using a fishing method banned in Sri Lanka, which is called bottom trawling. Bottom trawling is an industrial fishing method where a large net with heavy weights is dragged across the seafloor, scooping up everything in its path, from the targeted fish to incidentally caught centuries-old corals. These nets are dragged by two large trawlers, equipped with powerful engines larger than any fishing vessel used in Sri Lanka. So according to the GPS mapping that we have here, we are currently in the sea of Sri Lanka. Let me emphasize on that. We are currently in the sea of Sri Lanka. However, what you see over there is an Indian fishing boat that got stranded in Sri Lankan waters after breaching the international maritime boundary to poach Sri Lanka's marine resources. Indian fishermen forcing their way into Sri Lankan waters is not something that happened overnight. It is an issue that has been growing over the years. It is in such a backdrop, Sri Lanka's Fisheries Minister Douglas Dewananda proposed to allow Indian fishermen to enter into Sri Lankan waters by offering them a pass.
Indian fishermen are already destroying our valuable marine resources, and now there is an attempt to offer passes for them to come here. We oppose this move. If this situation continues, the word fish will be limited to text on a paper. Indian trawler boats came close to the island of Delft, which is 16 to 17 nautical miles away from the island of Kachativu. They even proceeded to Irunativu. They destroyed the nets that we purchase at a high cost, sometimes valued in the hundreds of thousands. If permits are offered to them, why do we need a maritime boundary?
The chief of the Northern Province Fisheries Association, M.V. Subramaniam, speaking to Newsfirst, said that marine resources valued at approximately 900 billion rupees are looted by Indian fishing vessels annually.
Marine resources valued at approximately 900 billion rupees are looted by Indian fishing vessels annually. Right now, there are talks taking place over offering Indian fishermen permits to fish in our waters. This has not happened anywhere else, and we are not ready to give up our resources. Every Indian fishing boat entering Sri Lankan waters is connected to Indian politicians. Most of these boats belong to members of the Legislative Assembly in Tamil Nadu. They are sponsoring these illegal acts.
Newsfirst questioned Minister Douglas Dewananda over these allegations.
If a thief breaks into a house, we chase him away. Why is it different from illegal Indian fishing boats?
When a thief breaks into a house, we chase him away. However, what would you do if the thief was armed? India is a powerful nation in the region. This needs to be solved diplomatically. Recently, 54 Indian fishermen were arrested and they were later released through diplomatic dialogue.
Even though the minister says diplomatic dialogue is required to solve the issue, Indian fishermen continue to breach the India-Sri Lanka maritime boundary and cause difficulties to Sri Lankan fishermen while pillaging Sri Lanka's marine resources.
How can we prevent other nations from violating our maritime borders? A decision has been taken to look at it from a humane perspective if they encroach on Sri Lankan waters by mistake 5 years ago. But at present, a baffling statement has been made by the subject minister. Not only this is a green light for smuggling, this will also create many more problems. Our marine resources will be lost as a result of this. If 50 people are allowed to do this, 500 people will take advantage of it. It is quite hard to grasp as to why we are gearing up to breach the agreement that was reached with India.